1% of dudes rapping, they ain't nice as me. 98% ain't live the same type of life as me. The judge gave me life and then they sent me where the life is be. That level 4 with depth and vice, the type of stuff they like to see. Two choices, fight or flee. I refuse to die a chump. I never been a mark, but damn, it's scary when that riot jump. I seen dudes cry, get pumped, and some sexually brutalized. Knew a dude who lost his life and he was only doing 5 year-long racial fights when homie all you do is ride. Lonely days and nights up in a hole causing suicide. From the moment you arrive, you see the Mexican mafia, AB skinheads with big giant swastikas, pro-black philosophers, the BGF, the Kumi, and Muslims who will murk you from the nation to the Sunni. That MS was loony, quick to ride up on they rival. Even Christians went to church, hide knives up in they Bible. Political and tribal, the Crips and Damus, the Long Beach, the Hubs and the Dubs and the Grooves, the IE, the Bakersfield, the Dago Pyrus, the hustlers quick to roll, the gangsters don't move. Whatever click you choose.
Say what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. Yard down. Now, for those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994, I got arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. Yeah, that's me gassing on that intro. And if you want to get that song, hit me up on my email, 16tolifemusic@gmail.com, and I'll give you the information on how to get it.
Crip Mack is not really from L.A. Trevor, where he from somewhere else. You know, suburban Crip Mack. These individuals know who you are. You're like a trophy for them. If they take your head off, yeah, man, it's just a matter of time, bro. You playing with fire.
So what you just saw was a partial message Damion Porter, the big fella, made in relation to Crip Mack. To catch you guys up to speed, Crip Mack went to an area that's known as the heart of the Hoovers, right? And what he done that day was passing out pizza, offering beer to individuals, all while being disrespectful to the Hoovers, the gang members, the individuals who are known to have a heavy population in that community, right? And so what he done was actually a very, very dangerous thing, right? At the exact place where he was passing the pizzas, and I don't know if he was there during the shooting, but a shooting occurred and you had 5 individuals who were shot. Initially, they were saying that one person lost their life in that shooting, and then later on, when I checked up on the reports, they said no, the person did not lose his life, but you had one individual who was in extremely critical condition, and then you also had somebody else who was in critical condition. I believe it was 4 men and a woman. And then later on, around 1 or 2 o'clock at night, there was another shooting in that area where somebody lost their life. According to these news reports, there has been a wave of gun violence over there in that area. And so let me just show you guys the video.
4 men and a woman gunned down standing in front of a local market in South Los Angeles. At least one of the victims is in critical condition tonight.
At this hour, police are searching for the gunman who fled the scene. The gunfire believed to be the result of exploding gang violence in the area. Lindsay Pena live at LAPD headquarters in downtown LA with the latest on the investigation. Lindsay.
Share, Micah, this shooting coming just days after another shooting in that neighborhood. The violence prompting police to step up patrols in that area. And as you said, they're looking into the possibility of whether this could be gang related.
Your eyeballs, do you see any kind of canopy on that corner?
Sky 5 overhead in the Vermont Knolls neighborhood Tuesday afternoon, shortly after reports of a shooting came in at a shopping center near Vermont and Figueroa. LAPD saying they got multiple calls about shots fired and people hit around 2:30. When they arrived, they found 5 victims, 1 female, 4 males, ages 19 to 35, all hit by gunfire and all rushed to the hospital. Police say that.
So lately it seemed like that area has been a hotbed of, of shootings jumping off, a lot of violence over there, according to these news reports. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into the entire message Damion Porter made after seeing Crip Mack go over there into that area.
Crip Mack puts his life in danger and his family's life in danger, pulling up to the Hoover. Crip Mack, he saw him. He was over there on Manchester and Hoover passing out food and Old English to the homeless or what have you, dissing Hoover, saying snoover right there in the video. And you may say, like I said, well, damn, he's tough, he's bold. People who don't really understand what's going on. Because anyone can do some things, and get away with it for a while. You can come through shooting and get away with it, much less if no one's out there at that time. But it's not something that you want to do on a regular basis. You don't want to play this sort of game because if one individual catches you and sees you, and you're over there for long enough for him to go back and get some more individuals or go back and get his gun if he doesn't already have it on him or whatever, they're going to take you out. They're going to try to take you out, bro. Trust me. They're going to pop your ass in the head. You playing games, going over there, and then you taking your fiance over there. That's really, these dudes, I don't understand it because you would think that they know what's going on in L.A. But Crip Mack is not really from L.A. Trevor, where is he from? Somewhere else. He's suburban Crip Mack, man. He's from out of state, and he came out here and this and that. He don't really know the politics, the ins and outs of Los Angeles, California in that way. Because if he did, he wouldn't be doing that right there. Not for no views, because that's what it's for. It's for some views, man. Many individuals have lost their lives right there in that parking lot just recently. And it's not that Crip Mack didn't lose his life because he's bigger than the people that did lose theirs. Hell no. He just got away in that moment. But you're doing this for clicks and views and to go viral and try to show that you're tough or something. It's not worth it. And then to bring your family over there and involve them in it, whoever it is that's handling Crip Mack, they're making massive mistakes. Again, he's alive and breathing right now, obviously. I wouldn't make this a habit for him or anyone else to go inside of anyone's hood, to go in the heart of anyone's hood, hell, on the outskirts of that hood that you're in opposition to, and these individuals know who you are, and you're like a trophy for them. If they take your head off, yeah, man, it's just a matter of time, bro. You're playing with fire. We've seen it on the internet just recently. A lot of individuals losing their lives in this same area. So I don't know. I don't want to say too much. I'm not going to say too much. I'm going to leave it right there, as a matter of fact. Let me know what you all think in the comments. Crip Mack, hey, there you go. He was over there. He put up on Manchester and Hoover. He did that and passed out spaghetti in 40 ounces. And he walked away with his life. So perhaps that would embolden him to continue on with this sort of stuff, to come over there and do it again, or something like that. Or embolden some other individuals to think that they can now do it. Individuals who we don't know, but that they're on the internet, or individuals who want to get on the internet and go viral, thinking that now they can just go over there and do the same thing and post it on the internet and go viral and get their whole heads chopped off, bro. This dude, he didn't open up a whole door thinking that playing this game. I'm just saying, I wouldn't do this. And anybody, if I'm going to go to the heart of my enemy's hood, it's going to be to put in some work. That's why I'm going over there, to bust your head. I'm not going over there to troll you and block your hood out on the wall and make a video and talk. Oh, hell no. I'm not even about to put a target on my back like that. I'm cool. Because even though I may get away with it that day, it's just a matter of time. Now y'all probably out looking for me, or anything can happen. I'm good. When you see me, you best believe I'm probably gonna be the last person you see. I'm coming to do something to you. I'm not coming over there to play any games. Crip Mack, I want to say he's young, but he's not young anymore. And again, you would think that he would know better and not be disrespectful like that, but he's very disrespectful. He's been disrespectful on the internet as it relates to the Hoovers, from day one. And I don't know. It would be my guess that it's just a matter of time for it to catch up to him or anyone else with this sort of rhetoric on the internet. You have to be careful. Anyone does. You have to be respectful of everyone and everyone's turf and territory. And the moment that you're not, you are putting your life in danger. That's anyone and any hood. That's me, and that's anyone else that I know in the world. Going over someone else's hood, playing games in that hood, making videos on the internet and all that, you're putting your life in danger. That's in Chicago. That's in Detroit. That's where we've seen people on Facebook Live, constantly Instagram Live, popping in. Yeah, I'm right here in your hood. Pull up, what y'all gonna do? Man, pull up, and you got 70 bullets in them. We done seen it time and time and time again. So again, he was able to get away in that moment, but be careful, man. You playing some real games with a real hood. That's just it.
And in my opinion, first and foremost, shout out to the big fella Damion Porter for being able to separate whatever personal feelings he has about individuals in that section, because we know that Damion Porter is from the Hoover area, right? I don't know if he's from that specific section because they have a bunch of different sections who all fall up under the Hoover umbrella. But you see in this video, right, Damion Porter was very sensible, gave a lot of sound information, right? And in my opinion, he removed any personal feelings he had in relation to this situation and just gave this dude some big brother fatherly advice, however you want to categorize it, right? Because we all know that Crip Mack has a very visible presence on YouTube, and to take this dangerous foray over there into this hood just to chase some content was something that was definitely not necessary. And yes, he did indeed place everybody around him in danger, just for the sake of some content. Now, a lot of times in situations like these, we will see individuals go into the hoods of other individuals they are not getting along with, or individuals they consider their ops, and they'll be there at 3 or 4 in the morning, making content, or be up there early in the morning at 5 o'clock in the morning making content, just to say that, hey man, I was in these dudes' hood and they was nowhere to be seen. But no, not Crip Mack. Crip Mack went over there in the afternoon and did what he did, and it was extremely crazy, right? Because even if he did have bodyguards or individuals who was watching his back, who was armed over there watching his back, in the reason to protect him in the event some enemies or some individuals showed up who potentially would try to harm Crip Mack, or they thought would try to do harm with Crip Mack, and then their job was maybe to engage these dudes with gunplay or whatever, right? That was still a situation that did not need to be created, all in the sake of a few dollars, right? Because listen, if individuals had came over there and anything had jumped off and bullets had got to flying or whatever, and people had been arrested, there's no self-defense. The police is not giving no self-defense to no individuals who they consider gang members, right? They're just gonna say it's these dudes out here gang banging, so on and so forth, right? So all that is out the window. To me, it was just ridiculous, right? To risk individuals' lives, risk the lives of people's freedom, so on and so forth, all for the sake of some content where he could have went and did some content somewhere else, right? Once again, Crip Mack has a very visible and a very lucrative presence on YouTube. Before he got incarcerated this last time, I believe when he was doing the content with China Mack. One day, him and China Mack, they go into a bank and they show Crip Mack cashing a $20,000 check that he had made 1 month doing YouTube. So I say all that to say that this stuff that he's doing is crazy and it's unnecessary, right? It's putting a lot of individuals, lives at risk, because when you're over there in that community, you're doing what you're doing. You're recording, like I say, man, he has a very visible presence. Individuals know who he is. People who live in that section, everybody over there in that section doesn't gangbang, but you may have some individuals who sympathize with the gang members of that community. Maybe they're treated well over there. They grew up in that community. They know these individuals. So they may see you. They don't have to confront you and come ask you, hey man, what are you doing over here? Get into it with you. They may just make a quick call and let somebody know, hey man, guess who's over here? You know what I'm saying? And so while you're doing what you're doing, dudes slide up and they get to doing what gang members do, right? And once again, it's just putting the lives of individuals, at risk, and not to mention just the people out there that's gang banging or whatever, or that's protecting you. It was said as well that he had his fiance out there, but you're also putting the innocent people's lives at risk who are just going back and forth to the store, walking through the neighborhood, individuals who may live close to that place or whatever, because once bullets get to zipping, and ain't no telling where they're going to stop, right? So overall, yeah, man, that was an extremely ridiculous situation that he not only put himself in, he put others in, all in the name of content. And while Damion Porter pointed out in his video that Trevor, as he called him, which is Crip Mack's real name, is not originally from Los Angeles, he has been out in the Los Angeles area long enough to know about the politics, know about the activity that's going on. And even though he seems like he may not have all his mental faculties, he should have enough to know that LA is not a place to play with anywhere, in any type of section, right? Any gang member with a decent amount of sense knows that, man, nobody's invincible, right? I don't care how tough you are. I don't care how tough of a reputation you may have with that pistol or whatever. Anybody can get got, especially when you are putting yourself in harm's way, inviting trouble, going to an area you know that your presence would not be welcome in. Anyway, though, man, it's your boy 16 of Life. Resume normal program.